Okay, we're back to our parts car and getting ready to tear the Puro TR7 apart. As you'll see, I've already done the strip sheets like I showed you the last time. We've taped them up here so as we go along, we can mark off the parts that we're getting. And speaking of parts that we're getting, we have to have a way to take them off. Now today we're going to work on getting the grille and front marker lights off, and then we're going to carry on. You guys don't need to see everything. But what you want to do when you start these projects is to make sure you have a manual for the car so that you can see how everything comes apart and make your own life easy and take your time doing it.
I don't believe we have a manual for this.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, good.
And the stuff we're taking off today I've done before, so we don't really need one. But the big thing is, if you've never done this before, you need the manual so you understand how stuff are coming apart. Now I'm getting some help today, like I talked about in the BS and bench racing session. I managed to bugger up my back. So my 15-year-old's getting a lesson today, and we're going to start on taking off the grille on the TR7 to give an example of what we're talking about, and then we'll drop back from time to time as the bigger chunks come apart. What we're going to do first as we go over the car is take off things like the grille, the marker lights, emblems, all of the small parts from the exterior, because they're easy to get at, it's clean and easy to do. You want to get the easy stuff done first. Then we're going to come back, take the hood off, the trunk off. We're going to either gut the doors or take them off, drop the bumpers, and gut what we want out of the interior before we carry on to jacking up the car, taking off the wheels and dropping the suspension and that kind of stuff. So in this phase, Dan's going to help us out today and give us a demo. Everybody say hi to Dan. And he's going to grab the power screwdriver and the tool I use for removing plugs off of trim pieces, and we're going to tie into it. So first we got to take the trim plugs off. They hold the plastic on in sections. Okay, yep. Give it a smack with your hand and then, yep. All the way across both pieces. Yep. You can see how it's come out a little bit as soon as the plug comes out. Unfortunately, those plugs can't be reused in most cases, and especially old ones like this on a 40-year-old car. So you do have to get new ones from the auto body shop supply. And in this case, as soon as Dan pops that last one off, we're going to come back and he's going to use the electric screwdriver to take out the marker light. And then we're going to just wiggle the light out like so. And then disconnect it. Can you grab me the wire cutters up there, Dan? There we go, got it without. Disconnect it, and then these pieces come off. The marker lights, we're going to grab a marker and mark them on the back, left and right.
Marker on a marker.
Marker on a marker light.
Why?
Because. And then tape together the grill pieces and set them aside. So I'm going to grab a marker. Dan's going to go undo the other marker light. Now it's real important to mark this stuff as you take it off. So in this case we're going to mark what it is, TR7.
Whoa.
1982, front, left. That way, when it goes in the box, when we're looking for one, we can find it, and we haven't defaced the front of it, which is the real important part. So, how are you making out there, Dan?
There's something in one of these.
Okay, let's check it out.
Yeah, no, there's some kind of gunk in this.
Let's see.
It's weird and red. Can't tell if it's a rust or a dead body.
Could be a dead body.
Fun.
Okay, this one's all the way up. And That's rust.
That explains a lot.
So, you tap it in. Oh, it's going to be apparent.
Yeah. Told you.
Oh,
There's also a spark plug stuck in there.
Check the trim plugs.
Spark plug, trim plug, very different. Yes.
yes, very different. What makes the engine work? Both body parts.
I mean, technically, wind holding body parts would be essential to keeping the engine working.
No, the engine can go right over top of it.
And
And, okay, so we got that off. So, you take the marker, which is right up over here. I think I left it on the fender or right in front of the wheel.
Which marker?
Okay. Oh, okay, and on the back, write 1982 TR7, and a big R for right hand. And let me see if I can fix this plug. Excuse me.
oh, nearly died.
Nearly died. There we go.
There we go. And where should I
Oh.
put this now?
Put that just up there and then we'll put it in the storage box.
Here.
Yep. Now, when we're dealing with pieces like this, what we want to do is make sure they're well marked. So, Dan, if you go over there, can you get a roll of the green tape? Right on the next to bottom shelf.
What was that noise?
Just me.
Excellent.
Okay, just bring her over.
Catch. Very
Now
still.
what we're going to do is just take some of the masking tape and give a quick wrap to hold the pieces together so we can continue to find them. We don't wind up with them scattered all over the place. And then we're going to mark what it is again on it. Because we've got another car to do, and I'm always acquiring bits and pieces, if we mark them as we go along, even if they get mixed up, which we try really hard not to do.
Wait a second, aren't you the one who just did a safety video?
Yep.
You aren't wearing gloves or glasses.
Yeah, well, it's a little late for me. And then we mark on what we've got, which is 1982 TR7. Front grills. And now we'll put them over to the side where we're storing all the bits and pieces. We're going to keep going around the car doing that, taking off emblems and marker lights, things like that. And we'll come back when we get to the next major step.